days will end tomorrow. I hope we've learned a lot, and I hope we are ready to share with people. And when we do that, God will bless us. Amen. We'll start today's service with our hymn 384. 384. Safely through another week. After the hymn, we'll call on our Pastor Apia, to come and give us the opening prayer. Then we'll give the floor to our elder and Dr. Paul Yeboah to start the series for today. God bless us all. Safely through another week, God has brought us on our way. Let us now a blessing seek, waiting in His courts today. Day of all the week, the best emblem of eternal rest. Day of all the week, the best emblem of eternal rest. While we seek supplies of grace through the dear Redeemer's name, show thy reconciling face, take away our sin and shame. From our worldly cares free, may we rest this day in Thee. From our worldly cares free, may we rest this day in Thee. When the morn shall bid us rise, may we feel Thy presence near. May Thy glory meet our eyes when in Thy house appear. Here afford us, Lord, a taste of our everlasting feast. Here afford us, Lord, a taste of our everlasting feast. May the gospel's joyful sound conquer sinners, comfort saints, make the fruits of grace abound, bring relief to all complaints. Thus may all our Sabbaths be, till we rise to reign with Thee. Thus may all our Sabbaths be, till we rise to reign with Thee. Amen.
So I to
Ejapa Bosso ni Assassin. Yes, I saw that was say opportunity at Odia Maya. Say your opinion, Dr. Paul Yeboa, Ebedi lecture series and Nediano. Yes, so Yabobe Canaho. Now in some way, Betty Fini Hono, Ebe Shra, Amaya. Boswa Kaya home, na boy. Now in some way, yet tear fire pomodino. Ebe Shra, Amaya, because ye didn't share no so, Ebe Juma. When you say, "Oh, the way Jesus Christ did," Amen.
Amen. Dr. Paul Yeboah, please, if you can
Actually,
I start with the lecture.
Thank you. Abusuafo mo nyinaa daba. Asafo ase. Sɛ nnura mo ayie no. Elder boy romantic. Na yɛhwɛ mo wɔ America ha. Yɛda nyame ase wɔde mo akɔ. Wɔde Gabriel mo abɛbɔkɔ. Yɛante ate bia. Bɛda pastor was. Nnura na moment so leading one delegation. The one no. But pastor about modern across train. The departmental heads in IT for no no. Health and Temperance Department in Dane IT for na. One more run program nina. Banyamia Daurma ye ni betimi bia actually. I'm about modern share screen quickly. Health and Temperance for an hour and a half, and annually. Now, the first lecture no macrobiota no ye and Tema touch on and briefly nitric oxide. Now, sum up the whole thing. These are new medical informations are bonting. Senia Brubia ye better sanya me wo news no ye but ye bekan nedie no ane previous one wa ye nwie ni nyina abom. But it's been my habit practice all my life since I'm as ye Abruchira hakura se me tu kwan ko baby akokan nyamsam na homeda to ye kwamwa. Ye gyina ka no waka kwanche na family members ni nyina si atnatna nsensan so ne ye hwia homeda kwan. Ne ya tonyum ne ya jeje offerings ne de amankwara no baako ade achi no wokọ asora no wode akotum ansa ne ya toa ya kwantuo no so. Evise Barbara ka se nhira ne won ma wɔnom sanka yɛ na homeda na yɛnyɛ yɛ pɛso na yɛbɛ ɔna Sabbath no ɔbɛma yɛde agya Jacob adeɛ nti na ansa na nnɛ yɛbɛtoa yɛ health message no so no yɛbɛfa breakia bi ne yɛde ahyia homeda no kwan wohwɛ text yɛda so yi a Joshua chapter 1 wɔse Nyame ka kyerɛ Joshua said, now after the death of Moses the servant of the Lord it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all the people unto the land. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you. Yes, I feel na me de be mamo me de achamo da. And I said, just as I said unto Moses, from the wilderness, this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all to the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea towards the going down of the sun shall be your coast. Challenges kakra. And the whole thing went off. Mr. Mamonya, but Mami. Intimi, yes, I name a brabon, some pese, or by disrupting a kakra. But these are normal challenges, you share from time to time. A beer, as I cut off again. Egusua. Yeah. Health and IT people, do you see anything at your end?
Yes.
Okay. Nyame catch Moses, Joshua. Was it by Biawujine, Lebanon, all the way to the land of the Hittites and to River Euphrates? I have already given this unto you. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of your life. And as I was with Moses, so will I be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Only be thou strong and very courageous. Carefully, that thou may observe to do according to all the law. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper everywhere that you go. Joshua, was it from Lebanon all the way to Iraq, down to the lands of the Hittites, Saudi Arabia? I have already given that land to you. Senawo to Musha, Sansa Sisuna, Oyera Wubia Sinina, Mududuanwawo. Brana Kadafi Tiasie, so free. Kadafi Krum now Pasauko America school. Yes, a school fees, yes, and Ninano government here, Tiama, Uarea, Yamosikakwa. Yadiniama Chicho to meet Tunadamu for free. Sikanwa Buseta. Can you imagine, say, oil deposits are free Lebanon all the way to Iraq, down to the land of the Hittites? Now belong to one nation, and now in Kawanmudi Sikabayane. Almost 3,000 square miles. And yes, as a Kitwa, Yamese, I have already given it to you. Near Mokron Mudruha, don't turn to the left, don't turn to the right. Be straightforward. Komeda and fan Niagro, health message and fan Niagro, tight tria and fan Niagro, Christian lifestyle biada. Near Nyamia cannot observe it. One mudruho, kalabule. One so sika ye bet me asisi and crofwaji one and sassy. Ye bet me as a homeda. Aye near ye pebia. And ne asase and ne stretch almost 3,000 square miles, you know. The biggest, this is the size of Israel today. From east to west, from the smallest, now you're only 9 miles. What happened to the 3,000 miles? The widest, about 72 or 71 miles, east to west. From north to south, 263 miles. 3,000 miles of the richest oil deposit on the face of the earth, belonging to one nation, ne aka 9 miles. That the same message goes to us, and then you may. And then I made sure the smallest or narrowest 9 miles east to west, 71 miles in the widest part of Israel, 263 miles north and south. What did the land of Israel to United States in one? Florida across the chain. Nipanka one size thousands of miles, you know, not the richest nation in the world, you know, and they can 9 miles a Now the same thing will happen to Yang for health message Yang media mining. Sabbath year or their mining will be ada one somuno creno. And see we Sa 9 miles no crackano and 1 month yasum viemo. Or Babia University just oko soja answer. Arabs nations are those union of one nation. They're struggling to survive on the 9 miles. And yanum near can say. Assembiada and Yamia lay on our heart, including the health message. Say Yanisua, Ninsunsa so MYN. Onum to ho, Nanso Ayaman Hunu Asasi, and Yasum Yema one. Yeah, there will not be any different. And that topic na nanka yebeka was some nitric oxide, the miracle molecule. You best sum up in a few minutes qua. Na yatumrika awie and radiana. 1968. And na one year drube a friend nitroglycerin. So being a heart attack. Nana koko yana ya deno ko hospital. What the nitroglycerin na kete tablet ba compared na katra massive. Any 5 minutes prem na woni jina hono wasere. Yawananka wonya heart attack. Nitroglycerin has a tendency set a beer blood vessels na woyanya heart attack okoko yana a demoja bebre koho na fede prem. Nti na scientists for any je ho say sadro we ba dia obi ani ho benya heart attack da. Say timi beer blood vessels no mo obi blood pressure kosora asese yetim de man on na de abafam. Enti one more course hwehwe ya but sa aduro no a one de nitroglycerin one mo hunu say gas bi awo ho a ebeye moja mu a 1 second neko. Enti abrante baako Dr. Frickoff watonidini endothelial drive relaxation factor adrono ba umoja mu a 1 second the penalty at atiaira nti want me measure and watonidini say adron de ne ya ne say se blood vessels no constrict ya e baimu na relax ma moja timi fam obi ntumrika bohwana ne moja na kwampe mo adrono security gu ne moja mu obetumrika sa de ne a ne nane nye ne ya efise moja no abai adaleti at the more moja na ekro 10 years later scientists for hwehwe ya na on hu say sa ade no aba moja mu na few seconds na ekro na ye frɛ no nitric oxide. Dr. Ignaro Italy ni ene hu ne ye man a Nobel Prize. But Bob Frickoff so ya wo hunu endothelial derived relaxation factor no so on me the neck and home man a Nobel Prize maybe 1998. Na sa molecule ya ye kind of asem nitric oxide no who won fa so change me oxygen kora. System biada ni your body mo se cardiovascular system a respiratory system biada ni your body mo sa nitric oxide anti-memwano a messenger molecule obowra umoja mo ano aka kire systems ni nyina sa wukoye na disappear half a second and so systems ni nyina to me won adwuma cardiovascular, neurological, excretory system sanka breba mu anka ye fa kuru bia kwana ya nitrous oxide etime fa so mo tesa molecule dini p 195,000 scientific articles na say ye chro but news so p and into ne pese ye timi chire mu a boa system biada a we body ma say for example 1998 no Ignaro Timmy discover and necessary one more test a drone when he said member one more fat sad drone for testing one more 10 erection to one report to man paying for one say I need a bit me aqua Viagra and a Pfizer company or fire and one the Viagra did Dr. Ignaro one more tune father of nitric oxide. Except sending mommy Italy in Abroa, and no protesters on me and friend about father of Viagra. And if you want near a Juma, Timmy a pan, say, nitric oxide, no, a prevented stickiness, where your blood vessels, no, and marquine and fat in by them say. The silicone be fire blood vessels arteries in India. Arteries are where body move to the atwato switch the whole planet Earth 3.5 times. Nitric oxide no timid the silicone kumbi befam ho fat kodamo ye. A timid cause vessel dilation. Uyanya heart attack and answer high blood pressure. Na security na my blood pressure no akufam. So we need nitrous oxide. Ubefa blood pressure draw bokiti makora. Blood pressure intimi nkofo mani nye. Nitric oxide no and some fat in madam winter a preventive blockage. Yen nyuma bebre. Wohunu blood vessels in bakoni on say dinku afa mu smoothly. Bibia intimi namu. Ntina good contribution to medical science. Hwe na fratsade akodi da moy uhunu ntini ya abia ye hu ya ne ye hunu ni ye hunu ni nyana nyame ahweda ye ne say nye ntini ketekete one be na da ho straight say ne ye huni nyame de bandage achichere no several times ne what inside the pa no aye friend and the endothelium no and no produce nitric oxide Dr. Ignaro no mu hunu ye ne mtamin produce no bebre just enough. And then management body no monche. I know the timema sa blood vessels in relaxing. Na moja no ko smoothly. Now high blood pressure. A timid ba fam. Send ya yakan on a half life. 1 second. Na I disappear. A timid boa system biada yadea in the brains. Wani huno and kidney. Sexual idea. A boy member for erection and cause so much of erection, but me maintain erection. Until for Viagra, no need nitrous oxide, nothing will happen. To send a water party, no biamba. A boy and man so without nitric oxide, there can be no lubrication. There can be no erection for the minimum and apart from lubrication, and then they will not even have feelings down there. So my minimum feelings, no one lubrication, no one erection. Would you say how many of the mothers will think about sex? You might as well forget it. So because of one penance, natural cause I didn't want for so baby. Yeah, bring canina. I want to say kuratuni. Nitric oxide near the yen coon near the tasso. A timia healing kama bia a dem bia. The problem ne say would this 60 years a pet now on nitric oxide content here wo umuno a swat here about 50%. Would it 40 years would this 60 you can only produce 15% a pet. And until now unya high blood pressure. Sexual stimulation in the account systems in a fairly warm. There are only 2 ways a betimia produce nitrous oxide wo moja ye besia kwana ye befa so aye de enne na aboa ma ye blood pressure sa abafam if it's a blood pressure wo hoi ye ka cholesterol ye ka weigh ye ka be biada ni ho e hwere se obenya heart attack so high blood pressure blood pressure is the number one idea to indicate say nipa benya heart attack ye monitor to it Ushe ya katra maswa entokron kitten bidem sawode katra mano to microscope wasia party bia wo adwuma eye na se pa na ye nyina ya katra masute ena ntokron kitten bidem ha aho na mmo bi tete bacteria bi wonum fie nyina no wode ahahan biada to wanum sa wo wesa emwane dimreka na wonum aba na ya convert nitrate ya won hahan mu to nitrite ansa na 1 minute nkontomre no san convert wo wanum ho from nitrate into nitrate ekwo yam ho a mwana ho say hey kan ho sako katra maso na yen converting ye fi say yen de yen timi nya ho hwe nti yesa obato bo ase so ba wi sa aduane na ma mwana converting into nitrite and san 1 minute minute ko yam hydrochloric acid battery nsuo no wo stomach mu no e boate converted from nitrites into nitrate. Now nitrates no and they don't call nitric oxide. Yeah, a gas no messenger molecular. A catcher system say we body no munya as a munye say and son on mati. So we need nitrous oxide. There's no use so we take blood pressure medication. There's no use to say we'll take it a brain even sahaha menyina a biwum nitrates converted from nitrite into nitric oxide spinach in it momo dear menka say morning pee if he said near my biwum more to cause stones kidney stones by a bachelor munwiania nitrates ni ye high pa ya wudia e betimi aboa wa ma wan kasa wa produce or nitric oxide and ha maya mo hwe nyina e will be the best one pa ha man ye friend arugula minim se bi wo Ghana but as a dandelion our dandelion family mo arugula no chemicals in nim kese cause nitric oxide cause kidney stones bok choy beetroot be Ghana oxalate womu and as high as spinach but spinach no we need pia it may joint pains in the kidney stones lettuce bebre wom kale nkanka kale aduane my friend kale no very 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 good and no any arugula and nemisora no pay ya sisa ball ba kwansi manim me wi an manyinya manim de nso me wi ni nyina eboa na no na body na fan wo de produce nitric oxide and sana of blood pressure dro no aboa se ne me de kan ye no ne ma wo wi ase e cause heart attack ni nyina high blood pressure cause heart attack chain ni nyina or high blood pressure is not to say, would you die from heart attack? But when will you die from heart attack? So one year home bribiada. A very, very crucial say, we are bia, ubomodena called the root cause. Last year, me by enemy ma opinion quay from Reading Church, bedia dance. The blood pressure na 200 or call Dr. Hona, Dr. Nikika Muguno. So no was a main so I draw them man mempe. Dr. Eboa can't say mefa dro no akopim se mewo into blood pressure na senti me call the root cause. Or no ye adwuma or restaurant one mo no beetroot ho nti one me ya near bunsuo na besine table so what the te ho sa dwene na no I'm say obaba kasa kire mokora last year no and the blood pressure is in the 190s. Yes, sir, call the root cause of it. Nema be prevent you from getting nitric oxide. Stress, lack of exercise. When you say there's more blood vessels dilated, the more moja ko na muntu na no. Sa ne me so. Cut down your stress. So betimia. Lack of exercise. Bria dantna fa konche. And birth control pills. One say we did 35 years now call doctor how say one more birth control pills are or say memma. If it's a birth control pills, and knock out the nitric oxide synthase. Enzyme here now converted to nitric oxide, and one my birth control pills is on who fire now knocking out into one form blood clots in 10, where did 35 years. Now started so for birth control pills it's a time bomb, ubenya stroke, and also ubenya heart attack. SAD, standard American diet. Kentucky Fried Chicken, hamburger, and more nitric oxide formation, antibiotics, and one way you be converted woody into nitric oxide and antibiotics. Come warm, papa and bonina. And tis a yadia wuhia and drugstore koto antibiotics. Ube kumwa papa nina, bet me at almost a year and send 1 year nitric oxide in a bag. And a proton pump inhibitors, a do how on 1 year acid. Nkanka one me kumwa dana. Only dear nyameso suma, ubedebenya and 15 cc's or millimeters of acid battery in so timistitin tademu, a big one soon. Send ye be aduane woody no germs bia wo mu a be sterilize kum wonyina obia nya bia no pa be de benya na 15 millimeters wom na sa one di na wo chene kom kodi mu ada na afiri ase yo wonso no na atu mutokuro na atu mukuro e kutum kro no wo blood vessels so etime ma moja tu sa wo fi moja ana wo kotin fi moja to na wawu se ankoto blood vessels so a woda ho aba no pa no miensa no nan no na wo yam kika sa ana se wonya wudi aduane to yam pe na wo yam wo na kika na chese wo gastric ulcer but nra de man to se bia Nexium Prolosec no and so chiri nitric oxide no into proton pump inhibitors no ana se acid blockers no and wakete nitric oxide synthase enzyme at the periphery antidepressants one depression one more antidepressant neurosono sa one and now fat Listerine or mouthwash now do kuhuru wanum now to go wakum more wanum nuyana aduane bia ni ho a wodia betimi a convert into from nitrate into nitrites into oba mini wadia now they are coating afi na wanya humfa so bia so we take blood pressure medication antiseptic de hohoro yenum fabida e ba keep blood pressure up sa obanum neurobokiti makora embo sankamosha picture ya near kese namu ntine kete way normal heart no be a heart to send ya wonsa wabono botokuma so what the suche we are anchan dudu bia ntine kete in your friend widow maker anterior descending at coronary artery no and then a timmy block wa uchu mutan ukunu be waja ho ama waye kunafo enye international bia na intake sade bebere na brokono enuanum ne ye kan say oh high blood pressure manenya serious man na produce more nitrous oxide to help a doctor no boa wo no na cut down your fat say margarine man as a plant based and as animal based no more fat ade ya na say bema ukatra mayo de chiabo mono amabo mono ye de chane ya potwa na se ya potano wa potoyum but oil na wo mbaba be kro we easily na asmasa obi na ne de nyina block a aka tokuro kitikiti we ya ɛno na mogya fam wɔnante kakra bi na ne kɔma ɛbɔ no pɛrepɛrepɛrepɛ. It's only a matter of time a obɛwuo. Nea nkɛsɛ sɛ yɛ ne sɛ kwan no mmie kakraka na mogya atumi afam na blood pressure atumi aba fam. Na nitric oxide no ɔna ɛyɛ saa or prevent ɛsaadeɛ no for blocking the way. Mogya no nyinaa na abɛka akyire ha no. Kakra bi na ɛfa mu saa bɛduru wɔbɛda bɛnya no ɛtɔ no wɔ wo. Nitric oxide ehia. Ɛsɛ sɛ yɛwi nhahamba na yɛtumi produce more nitrites. Na nitrites na lead to nitric oxide na aboa to relax blood pressure no. Yɛbɛsan hunu ho mfasoɔ baako na afei yɛfiri so akɔ yɛnim. Blood vessel na da hɔ na mogya nam mu. Ɔhunu sɛ ha no endothelium no ɛsan inside the paa no ateɛ. Sɛ wohwɛ saa picture yi a mogya na nam hɔ sɛ ɛbɛyi. Ɛna saadeɛ cholesterol na akɔda ha sɛ ɛna abɔ mpumpunya wɔ ha. Nti mogya nam ha bɔkɔɔ no. Ɛno a tumi bɔ adeɛ wɔ na atɔ ne mu. Endothelium no yɛ one cell pɛ. Thickness no yɛ one single cell. It doesn't take much to tear it. Ukotu mmirika kakra bi na mogya no kɔ sensensen a ɛtumi te ne sɛ ɛtɛ. Na afei mogya no afiri ase leap into one kasa wontene no ɛna mogya no ba ha yi. Hwɛ sɛ ate ama na akɔ so blood clot. 90% of heart attack a wɔn wu ne nyinaa wei na de ba. Cholesterol the only 10% pɛ ɛna ɛba. Wei scientists fo hu ne yɛn kyɛre. Ne yɛpɛ sɛ yɛma mo mpanimfoɔ mote aseɛ. Na mo hunu sɛ nti a ɛho wɔ mfasoɔ sɛ wobɛwe nhahama. Ɛfiri sɛ nhahama no ɛkɔkɔ strengthen endothelium no. Ma ne yɛ te sɛ rɔba. Wode sekan koraa atwa mu a ntumi ntwa. So enough nitric oxide wɔ mu a you make yourself foolproof for heart attack. Ɛfiri sɛ ahoma wei ɛnte. Ɛmma kwan koraa ma cholesterol no nkɔhyɛ ha na afumpumpunya. Ɛnti ne tia ne sɛ da koro biada. Aduane biara wobɛdie no bɔ mmɔden sɛ wobɛfa plant-based 5 to 6 different. Baako yɛ mango a anaasɛ pineapple a na wafa bɔɔdeɛ na wafa mankani na wafa beans. Wosese saa na wonya 6 different plants anaasɛ 35 different plant-based diet a week. Naturally, say you're doing the right thing. But modern that's how we minimize it. This week, yes, you may be say, and more be way 38 trillion. Ya may the one go hosa one more home by a bianibia ye bediano. One muntimin you nutrients and farm wire. A dear one much animal products. Na no yes sudia and rasu yes sudia. Say yes dua bio say near baby or white timicum on mouthwash, proton pump inhibitors, and antacids, drugs in India. Fluoride and what standard American diet near AB Bagana, Kentucky Fried Chicken, antibiotics, and antidepressants. Beat nubini. Our nitrates wumpa na a bayesa ube will be a day every day to bring your blood pressure down to send you a quay or yeah, slide away and if it was it. High blood pressure is the most predictive of heart attack than anything else. All the risk factors or high blood pressure is when you will die. Normal blood pressure. So we take care SSS systolic near less than 120 over 80. A year 120 over 80 now pre-hypertensive state. And yana muntie obi wo was 100 plus your age. My brother nyane stroke none systolic year 132. And so when you stage the stroke we stage 1 year 130 to 139. Stage 2 140 Minim sɛ the blood pressure machine ba so dam ho na ya start free software so na ya check obi a wodam ho anka mbadwane ebi de ye 200 ye check no ha na ne tia ne say it doesn't matter how much blood pressure do utimi no bucket ma say nitrous oxide ni ho a blood pressure draw no ho ni fa so omomodene say bra yate basic niyama M1 nitric oxide ye be hwe ni ye ana electromagnetic field Wuhan, China, baby, a COVID-19 15 years. That was the first place on the planet Earth on issue 5G. On free on they call Italy. 5G, computers, phones, Oba me has a computer screens in miensa. Now if you had no what you when is one man major one meter na phone ring it. Ebi wo phones be miensa 5G no free mono ade ya ne say NOS enzyme nitric oxide synthase enzyme itime boa ma body ne produce na eno na knock out 5G ntina Wuhan ana sa virus you start here kum Italy kum nipa kum ya America hakora no big cities one more 5Gs ni nyina yam won to sen kokko ampa so say a COVID twam yet me hunu say one me yare yade na bie no ne one mo kan say yade no ko me ho den but me nya erection across tremendous yidis for memane bebre enkanka one me ball COVID no bi no spike protein e tuatua COVID ade no ho no ade e ko so no knock out the nitric oxide enzyme no intime ma na ubewing ha masa de intime mo one baba yes obewi be chance wo so won yekora the NOS enzyme no spike protein no destroy antibiotics destroy PPI proton pump inhibitors Prolisac ne antacids no destroy depression destroy birth control destroy near America home. But modera say niema we ubetwa so sene na anu ye hu ne ye no eseye emmoa no ankasa nyame de won agu eyem se won mommo ye ho ba na aduane a won mompa no wokofa oil a eye animal oil ana se plant oil a wa Haiti ana se fish ana se turkey akokofunu ana se ponchenam nantwienam and now said dairy products in 50% of all breast cancers are minus of because of dairy products. And caffeinated sugar and your work Fanta mono and now say 7-up nema and what crackra sichilena a woman and what and one ahubama on boy. Would it be Adriana say animal protein quadia? Nientia ye friend animal protein carnitine and lecithin na woman near AN say aduane would ye contain animal protein and one William 38 trillion one more fat no one more converted into trimetal amine oxide and on a damage ye empty and multitude unnecessary heart attack and wahana animal protein the gut bacteria take it and make it into triamine oxide. Now, resulting in the damage to the blood vessels. Now, say me, Sadia, the Chiramo, Missansis, Duabio. 1930s, now called nowhere. Heart attack, Kumunipati Sebebia. And 1945, Hitler called was more than any more namin cocooning in our war, become a cocobia, ye big boat you. Monfani na ankoma German soldiers no one mujia na ntwene na heart attack no way a drop to the bare minimum research biada ni ho a be shows this result confirm pa one me healthy biada ni ho a wo yare with any heart attack and so we 1945 twamo na German for ko ese mon kokum mo na ntwie wa na cardiac arrest in wo I started here. Aduane yɛde ano yɛde yɛse keka no ɛna ɛdigi yɛ ne ankasa yɛ grave. Sooner or later, sorry nyinaa bɛkɔ yɛ yie. Dr. Crow or Cleveland, na Dr. Osetutu ɛyɛ adwuma. 42 years, wɔwie surgery. Na wɔte table ho kyerɛ ne report na wɔse mekoko yɛ mmea na wɔtwa hwee yɛ man so emergency onya cardiac arrest. Yɛkɔyɛ no angiogram. Saa ntino ketewa no a mekyerɛ wɔ no hwɛ sɛ wɔno ne deɛ no ayɛ ketekete saa deɛ kakraa bi na akbɛda mu firi sɛ wɔdi standard American diet, Kentucky fried chicken ne hamburger. Ɛna baabi ɛwɔ no so woyɛ heart transplant ɛnyɛ yie. Wontumi mfa stent nhyɛm. Nti ne yɛka kyerɛ no ansa kɔ fie na kɔwu. Ɛna Dr. Essison ka kyerɛ no sɛ you have nothing to lose. Bra na bɛyɛ vegetarian. Monhwɛ date November 1996. 2.5 years later. Ntine no a ablock with fat no a wo bɛwuo no. Hwɛ sɛ mu abae sɛ ya kama na mogya na mo chest pains ni nyinaa disappear. Which they say it doesn't matter how far you have gone, how long you have had blood pressure. Changing say no will help you. At that time, no, what dear we are for no was it olive oil, soybeans, palm oil, peanut oil intake have the similar acute detrimental effect. Ye oil be other free would be an him. Copy me say, obetimi reverse situation back into normal when you picture in free. The same problem. Blood pressure is a common thing in Ghana. African, Ghana for high blood pressure chain. A whole African, every third person be that wanam Ghana so or high blood pressure. The normal is not 120, I below 120. I yes always invest this come no what papa, a fidea papa. No what checking of fear and opinion you may. If you say be anywhere indicative for heart failure, say no. And you can't send baby. You can't need as I say if you want my DD, if you send me an one more one more feed a whole new generation. You can't say yes, a mama be breastfeed aquara. If you send a bottle milk, a man pea, empathy a demand one, if you say one susu man no for no abba from some quarano nums, and yan on the man no for be a cost will be abba from sooner or later, but yan unimportant. Akora ya de breast milk man no a born yam 38 trillion. One munya about 300 from Nofusium. Wabra ufa de formula de mana wonya 2 pe. Nti wo boa kwara no amana building ecosystem. E moa ebobon ho ba no. Na nyame na hyehye ne saa. Bra kwara no ni 3 years no. Or depend on him so to build his ecosystem. Now, Korano send ya nura yehune one man enough ecosystem. Now, this year, yehuna akurabia, ya pepane yemu bacteria nina near the one particular bacteria and the gunium. Akurano huni so okrage na wa huni difference. Wakas na damfo no akoko nina didi no wache no awe. Etimis san kwarane behavior aduane ama me de man kwarane wo mami ensa obi ankone no fusu a nyame de man kwarane. The first one ne de different nti ukofa a baby cow aduane milk de my baby human being emwa kwarane akoso yade ahodo bebre enkanka yade afre na autism nkwara ya autism ni nyina se mo hia batan ya ne baby ya autistic will cry 10 times better. And so for one minute, just one ultimate say cow's milk are very, very, very high. One quarano so more because it's a mammy decided say one person enough for big wanty or coffee cow's milk. at the Maquarano. I 10 times more. Meme Babru Chiraha Bejimrano. Now 1,500 beds. A mark 1,500 muba compare. And a year autistic. And ne 1 in 45 girls. Oh, girls 45 and mobile con ya autistic. Ghana for a wabruch, the baby, no one mamma, a yaribi. Yes, I near one penana. Naminim say Ghana coraso at TST. And one William 38 trillion. Yes, about ye, I could add an mammy, nothing. A hoya sterile. Yeah, but one no fat birth can now no me a one normal or fane mammy. Bacteria no be a war birth cananum, na buano. Copim so be 3 years and son when yanina. And no never born home by never man I happy or unhappy schizophrenia can answer or be hunung man as a near can huning another. Yene tea and nasa aquarana bed than autistic. Safo to me in England hospital. One my yara autism. Near the pliers 32 one missing and if it's also no moano or becau. No one go hosa. All because the mammy decided say during pregnancy and be a mean near the papa. And ne 1 in 3 children about America hen C-section. And into one soon bacteria no. Did you see the as our board near the chuchra corana send you obeyana mammy birth canal no mobi. Into a yes so bit media. Who want a normal, but Shen one could say doctors may yo C-section, and so made a pesa may. You now decided a corona condition no safety in here. But one eye war normal no better advantage. Say, well, for birth canal no my buano. And ne C-section I very common. A bin a and a hay, cesarean section. One fat mamino bacteria ni be for aquarano, he starts with a disadvantage. And yes, the DNA determines aquarano destiny, but epigastrics, epigenetics in the economy. A new word, NCBA natum. For example, my men and Ben Meshia, Ben man sperm and any tree. Kakraka. Yeah, one more and say, my many egg in any. Yeah, biology kakra. And that spams millions. Tumly coffee and you bedru hakane. May see a boam jina who inquire on mutumly canning in a million minam D first. Sasun I was soon now D first in Tinia woo. The first one was didn't bomber many egg and say, King, not a silly. Obiad and Tribom 1 and 2 and ya went to Mingramobio. The first one who Ramo pet, and you took road the Howard in Tishaman. Nani Trinati. Now it's stop one mark and I said 2 cobum precompano on my identical twins. She sent a Trinati or Hase. One mark and in a bay DNA yenti Mingram. Now bear man sperm no head and a quack of egg no. Now say. One my frasi develop any old balcony, na balcony, say 2 bomb prequa. One to me identical. So one mamma say no divide, ne grow, ne divide, and into identical twins. One me 99.900%. One be beada a pepe, a terabia, one margin the same. My me in Italy. Bakuti Krobiso, one yana cancer, one yana doctor's appointment. One day, Obian cancer Obiata dia washe. One yana to different countries, and I'm so on we identical. The same one didn't the same idea in one day. I identical twins to tie near my in common. One girls in me in Australia, one yana whatever my back. One behavior near be identical twins. Way. Banso a telebiana difference kakrabam da way ko prison or dan one away sunya na medic the college diploma ya graduate then na ya differences about identical twins and the air bachelor in the tea, Sramora, that the idea of a baby near my quine, and my nipper bisa, one questions. DNA strand, a year about 6 feet high. Any a Martin tin. And na yɛde kogu nucleus yɛ ketekete DNA yɛ 400 times bigger chain saa nucleus and more than 30,000 of these DNA strands no ne sɛ wo maame deɛ 23 bɛrima no deɛ yɛ 23 wotumi nya wo maame hwene wotumi nya wo papa ani wotumi nya n'abofuo Unya na ngoma nim bebrebe. Parents no na donate saa de ma yen change. Na ni nyina pake akogu mu ha sei. Na ade aba konkora so chen we 500,000 times. Na wo bayada na de 30,000 or 30 million agu one nucleus mu. Nyamea device genius wo bi te say asawa. Ubetimi afa ahoma tenten na wode akyekyere asawa ho na ketekete na etua won sa no tailor fo epempam neme asawa no wade tenten so on de good spool so sa spool no on mo frɛ no chromatin na wode DNA tenten 6 feet na kyekyere ho sa histone na ahoma no ye mienu ba ko ye kokɔ na ba ko ye green DNA no and the kasa kyerɛ adeɛ sɛ edi kan sɛ sɛ wobɛnya wo papa bi so ban a ɛyɛ DNA no na ɛhyew but na yɛhunu sɛ ɛyɛ more than that yɛ DNA na kyerɛ nipa no so ɛyɛ epigenetics no kwan a nyame fa so de ahoma wei akyekyere saa spool ho nnuane a yɛdie no bi ɛma ahoma no yɛ sɛ twan enti sa akwara ne develop ne duru ne moyere so a saa de we na ka kire say no say wo koi no koye boyere wo so koye liver wo so koye brain 200,000 per second brain cells are functioning bra akwara no grow no important to say during those 9 months no akwara ne develop no be man be yedin o ka say ma many tiam go so say sorry no was sorry was a jump was say how high do you want me to jump if we say hormones no say ma many free say so wo sua hormones some nusio hormone no na ekoma akwara no lay down na abdwene ne behavior so when nyansa no ansa akwa no tum no wabo ma mene ne akwara ne nyina obobo sum kura no akwa no atum for those 9 months ma mene didi or formula if you say hormone man need you to you yeah the same hormone na man so mfaso ni so oba height ma mena kekamu akọ lay down wrong idea na ahoma no chichire histone no ho a etoda bia na aduane edi enti na amia na twan wanti nti DNA ne kasa kire saa gene se kokoye ania wonte it's just as well as any and Kahumano Kurani ho. Untimin Casanchre, epigenetics nintimin Casanchre, adieno, Ahumano Namofi, Niachichri, adie histom no se bebre. But a miamu too tighter, a winning faso. Nti sa no develop what me develop basa. Ebini, cell kama ne drew hana a chichra miamunti, intime express it fee. Randigetal Duke University ne hunu saadi na one fa Zaka mouse yellow wine nini apa nini but when the no ahmane tighten so much nti ya wo no hwe so waye say tofu nya bia ne a wodi entira kokora mo no nyina de aduane ba kon so hwe so waye tofu wo yare diabetes obenya heart attack a waja we osuade a wonhunu wonye all because it's a man tightened too much. The Satan is a Nemanyana till the 4th generation. Yeba one me to fool say ya one more built-in disadvantage. All because it's a never my one side be an Abraham Kurani ya pregnant ya wɔn mma no nyinaa bɛyɛ tufutufu ɛnnɛ nnipa dasani sɛ wokɔfa vortex nsuo a awia abɔ mo so na nsuo gyina mu na wofa nom a BPA a ɛwɔ plastic no mu no akyima gu nsuo no mu sɛ woyɛ childbearing mother tighten histom na ahoma no DNA ne kasa kyerɛ no wɔ sɛ mente hwee nnuane bebree wɔ hɔ a yɛdi a ɛmmoa hwɛ sɛ wɔadi no tighten ne nnuanom nyinaa yɛ kama wɔno bɛyɛ saa nti sɛ nnɛ wo ba bi kɔ school no wo hunu adeɛ a nyɛ wɔne na nhunu adeɛ wo great grandmother ne histom no tighten yɛ no ɛne wɔde ama woɔ de agu wo egg so menkasa monkɔpɛ mmerɛwa no monku wɔn mmoro wɔn mu deɛ batumi toa so for 4th generation aduane bɔne bi a obi di yɛ nti na nnɛ akura wei ontumi nyɛ hwee no answer otina ho sɛ dufu condemned to die was it the food that the mother eats during pregnancy controls the destiny of her children, her great grandchildren, and so on to the 4th generation. It's important to say maame no bedi aduane papa. Question is aduane papa no ene ne ohen. Aduane bia ye plant-based diet. It is hahama nkanka kale. Minim say you kale wo fia. Eboa ma homa no tighten said ye nea etime lozo saa de no. Emma asama DNA no bɛka kyerɛ genes no wɔte. Nnuane egu hɔ nyinaa bi wɔ KFC na nkanka Accra Mall. Ne nyinaa nam fiber. Ya free money the preservatives agu mu ne papa ne KFC ne ne ɛka ho ne nyinaa. Ɛboa to tighten ɛno nti ne yɛwɔ autistic children ne yade ahodoɔ bebree ne criminals bebree. Aduane a tighten saa deɛ na ɛma chromatin ne kasa. Nnuane a yɛ plant-based diet te sɛ nhahamai no ɛboa to loosen sɛnea nyame pɛɛ no pɛpɛpɛpɛ. Excuse me. Mama denada sɛ ɛmmaa no bɛfa yɛn mma akɔ kitchen at once, counsels and diets and food. Akyerɛ nkwaraa no how to cook. Health and Temperance Department ɛwɔ sɛ kɔmɔnɔ. Mode mmaa no bɛba kitchen na ma dankyi mu nsa fi sɛ Ghana vegetarian aduane no ɛnyɛ mmerɛ. Miamako maame bi hɔ a wɔyɛ vegetarian aduane nsuohyɛ na esi so na beans no ebu kɔta fine saa owie a wɔde nkyina tum wɔsi vegetarian kwan ni wo kora yɛ de saa kwan wo ma wo a obedi ba mo nkyerɛ wɔn sɛnea wɔn besi adandan yɛn nsa ayɛ nnuane a fibers ne a different 6 plants agrobam soybeans soup kwan ni ɛno so timi boa to loosen those tightened chromatin ahoma no nyinaa timi loosen no genetics and na yɛka sɛ methylation no. Gene is involved in the folic acid metabolism. Aban was a folic acid tablet and yet as good as neobenia from plant source. Taking metal groups from the folic acid to be used in the DNA repair and building new DNA cell growth. So there is also the plastic to microwave to warm it up. It means nane kugu akwarana milking. He comes with a built-in disadvantage. Say Nema wosua entimi nye folic acid, cigarette, and stress. It impacted wakwara no so bra ma many pregnant. Until how was it? DNA determines our destiny. Epigastrics control our DNA. Na vegetable controls both of them. Ma many na papa donate genes there. Banso ahoma no sɛ ne genes ne yɛbɛkyekyere no na determine kwara future. Ana vegetables na bɛkyerɛ kwan a yɛmfa so nkyekyere adeɛ no nti aduane a maame deɛ no during pregnancy no ɛyɛ very 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 important. Kwarai ne yawo no wahun se yawo maame no blouse ne de akwara no skin ato maame no chest. What a heart rate no what me translate hunu say hey if you make come de ma hia nkwanhia akwara no besu sa o mana aduane kwara wo mfio. And so what me hunu say I'm being welcomed. Important to say initially na akwara no skin to skin. Now button to the sun, now button to the nine, now what prepare no for the future life. So nkurawo hoi wonum brain no nchen no. Sabi o hoi friend glucocorticoid receptors. Wonum brain mo. So kurana won a man o frase leke wonum krokro wonum sa. Glucocorticoid receptor no ama kurana yet bad kurapa no. Etimi yifri hona ne manyana ba yenkura papa. O ma mena wono na wan care about them nan kuran kitwa ni na ujar wono mo hosa. Glucocorticoid receptor ni nyini akwara ni nyina wa ye cantankerous akura. Important to say bra ya wa akwara no ma mena be krokro na kasa achira na tujuma achira na mena hu ni say oh fi papam if he say still one brain ma netimi develop. Akura ne maame an leke no on say akura kakraka no a ne offsprings ni nyina ye condemned to die no when wo no or leke no krokro no sa and so on so abawu akura papa wa one fra one a guti mouse even or kopum se nkwara be di 10 no one sperms no can be manipulated sa receptors ni be tossed pen so akwana nenkwana nyina England for no be huniye ne manyina baye basbasa aduane ama mini di during pregnancy ana mama mi nkasese woko computer ade no ya adwuma wo office bi di sikaba no ne amantam no ha no ne papa wo amantam no nyane opena no aduane ama mini di during pregnancy make a difference in our lives. Ana bema katachie ya mantam na bonti nsuo to ase wotimane na ya fancy ha na ya makwama obia obetima bisa question bia misa to carry me this ha for questions for ne ya na wiki nyina no so obetima bisa bibia e baba modern say be answer e da mo se bebre. Pero the question be na hona mentoa so enko awie dia metim so atoa so.
Sorry. Nothing to me in Kasa. It wasn't picking the sound, but I'm working on it now.
So question no.
Question, let's say, what natural supplements are good for high blood pressure?
And there are good supplements, but Monshe where it's coming from. Stores be brew krum ha. One be label supplements and so well. And so na ba kumpe kranim. Abama won kwama won moton. One source I mehuna and I don't think it says the only source. Home supplements and better. I'm not even going to worry about food supplements or medication for high blood pressure. Then you're thinking, you say, more high blood pressure, me tried to avoid the tumor numpe necessarily. It took a while to develop the high blood pressure. It will take a while to bring it down. I will go to the natural remedies, they say, near to say vegetables, near act on idea. Just say yeah, high blood pressure lecture near Timia less this manamum. But all vegetables and all plant source and oil foods no free. It is better to go to the source of the high blood pressure. So kidney failure nearby a different. We are diabetic and the high blood pressure no by a different. But net will share plant source food supplements are who do any part on one. There's a way pan alpha a bit. I'd rather go to the source of the high blood pressure.
Acho, obi wa question or auditorium no intimidate microphone a bemano.
Thank you, Pastor. Good evening. Please, I wanted to get clarification on the mouthwash something. You also mentioned fluoride, and I was wondering. Do our Pepsodents have any side effects on this?
Yes, it does. If Pepsodent has fluoride in it, it destroys the enzyme, nitric oxide synthase. That's why they call NOS enzyme. The enzyme that you need to convert the nitrates into nitric oxide, the fluoride will knock it out. And so you will not get it. If the Pepsodent has fluoride in it, it minimizes the chance. Me say na me issue sadian, but I don't anymore.
Okay, so Pastor, Doctor, please, how do we go about it? What options do we have?
I don't me issue champia or krumha. And I me issue charcoal or pada be or what nitrate fluoride in him. To me the toothbrush in a bomb. Wash, but for mouthwash and as a fluoride, I'm going to say, you drew 6 star. Your nitric oxide production is only 15%. Momo young idea more higher range. And you more heart attack, you more strokes, you more cardiovascular idea. Take a crack, toothbrush in a Pepsodent in tea. I'm not going to destroy the few chances that I have.
So Pastor, please, you mentioned one product. Can you mention it? So I don't know.
One product like what?
Pastor, on T3, in team say trapia now kind of only madicro.
Ah, one kasa.
I'll show you. So chewing stick. Yeah, that's what we call trapia.
Charcoal toothpaste is very, very effective. And they have a powder made out of charcoal. And I sometimes use that. I'm not saying everybody should stop using toothpaste. Make sure there is no fluoride in it. The rest will be fine. And there are many such products on the market.
Do you get it now? Are you okay? Okay. Thank you. There's another question. Good evening, sir.
And today, nipa bi wo ho a won ntitwi. Ene ese kwadwo wakume. Ano no opemi abom se meka twi nko a. Thank you.
Okay, so there's another question. I say, good evening, sir. Please, regarding the food items to avoid, what perfect oil do you suggest to be used? Also, with fish, meat, and the others, please, can you suggest other alternatives? Sorry, I didn't get this answer.
Right. The alternative for fish and meat are the leaves and nuts and grains, things that I mentioned. If you are sick with high blood pressure or cardiac problem and you want to get well, none of these should cross your tongue until you're well. And then if you want to add them to your meals a little at a time, but really I didn't come to recommend which fish is better than which not. So far as I'm concerned, none of those fishes and none of those oils are good. But cold pressed olive oil is much, much better. Cold pressed. But you can eat abenkwan, you can eat nkatekwan and all those. Do that in moderation.
Thank you. Any other questions? If you have a question, kindly put it in the chat box.
And if there's no question, I can go on and handle the blood pressure part.
Yes, please. You can go on. As soon as I get a question, I will prompt you.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's the question, Biba? Okay, I'll go ahead and share the screen and finish the part that I didn't touch on. Just give me a few minutes to share the screen. Wow. It looks like we're going to go all the way to the end to be able to continue from where we left off. Just be patient with me. We'll get there sooner or later. The blood pressure, the norm, I want us to get this. The checking of the blood pressure is important. In order to get an accurate pressure, you have to sit still on a table chair and put your arm at the same level of your heart. Sit there for about 5 minutes. Take the blood pressure 3 times and then strike the average, the correct one, the middle. The answer you get is the correct blood pressure. Go to the doctor's office, and while you're huffing and puffing, they check your pressure and give you medication. That's not accurate blood pressure. You need to have a machine in your house that you can use by yourself. Wow. Looks like we covered the whole territory, but there is a part. Let's see if we can get Dr. Golden to talk here. Wow. Well, maybe it's not going to work. In 1960s, the time when I came to the US, 1 out of 100 people was diabetic. In 1995, 2 out of 50 people, 1 out of 50 people was diabetic. 2015, 1 out of 8 was diabetic, and it's estimated that 2055, 1 out of every 3 people in Ghana now will become diabetic. One of the reasons is whole wheat bread. In 1950, yesterday, we showed those slides. I don't have it on here now today, so I cannot show it to you. Wheat used to be about 6 feet tall. And in 1950, they did genetic engineering. Today, the wheat is only about 2 feet, but it yields 8 to 10 times more per acre. And it's more productive and it's more rewarding for the farmers. But the glycemic index means when you eat any sugary food, how long does it take for the food to be converted into sugar? Glycemic index for the new wheat is 7 to 2, while the glycemic index for sugar is only 56, which means because of the whole wheat bread, the genetically engineered whole wheat bread, which is only 2 feet, is causing more sugar in our blood system than even dissolving a glass of sugar to drink it. And sometimes they tell us, you go and eat whole wheat bread. Definitely it's better than the white bread. The whole wheat bread has fiber in it. But the new genetically engineered ones, which they are trying to push it all over in Africa, and they have withdrawn our natural corn. FDA has done so by donating this genetically engineered corn into Ghana. One of our Adventist doctors work with the FDA. It will get to a point where if we don't buy the fertilizer from them, we cannot grow one corn, and they will prevent us from getting those fertilizers, and the corn will not grow. The wheat is the same. And that is why 1 out of 3 people, because the wheat, which is now in Africa, which we are now growing, which is only 2 feet tall, has 79 glycemic index, whereas sugar has about 59. And more people are becoming diabetic. Today, it costs more than $1 billion a day to take care of a diabetic patient. In 2050, it will take $2 billion a day. Which government in the world, not to mention Ghanaians, how can you spend $2 billion US dollars a day on one disease? So the way we're eating the KFC and the others, Bill Gates and his wife says Africans will die so much that there will be nobody to bury them. Flip your food around. If you're taking your girlfriend to the restaurant, the first question, do you want chicken or fish? From now on, let us switch our food around and let the vegetables and fruits and fresh fruits become the main food item that we eat. I've thought that I do have the blood pressure slides here though, but whole grain food, please pay this attention to these food items. Apple, for example, yesterday we studied that the inside of the apple, the very center of it, has about 100 million bacteria. That is good for us. But we will eat the skin, we will eat the meat of this apple and just throw the center away. But that is the type that we need to build the ecosystem. So apple, onions, garlic, banana, let us eat plenty of them. Seeds, artichoke, beans, and especially beans, legumes, the one that you can split it, 1/2 on that side, 1/2 on the other side, lentils, chickpeas, whatever is available in Ghana, make sure your food is varied. Different colors are very, very polyphenols. They all cure different diseases. God didn't paint this yellow for nothing. It attacks certain diseases. Make sure your food is close to the natural one as possible. Every single food that is in Accra Mall, They have taken the fiber out. You know, if you put this fruit out on the kitchen table for 3 months, it will rot because of the fiber. They take the fiber out and make sure to stay on the shelf for years. They also add certain chemicals, preservatives, and taste to it. And those destroy the lining of the intestine that we learn about microbiome. It is our duty to take care of those 38 trillion cells that are within us. And the more variety of food that you eat, at least 35 different plant foods that we eat in a week, the better the microbiome. We also learned that in Sri Lanka, they eat a lot of turmeric. If you're going to have turmeric tea, make sure you add some black pepper. It increases the bioavailability by 2,000 times. Don't just mix the turmeric tea in a hot water and drink it. Add it to black pepper. It is not water soluble, but you have to add some oil, olive oil, to the turmeric, or avocado, plant source avocado, or any animal plant oil added to the turmeric. And because Sri Lanka people eat the chili and turmeric so much, cancer is almost unknown in that area. It is the only plant source that has inflammation. We learned yesterday that every disease that you will suffer has its origin from inflammation, whether it's mental condition, whether it's cancer or high blood pressure. The body inflames first. Turmeric is one of the food that will stop inflammation in its track. Try to add more herbs, different varieties of herbs, different plant, and the more the merrier. And also try to get foods added to it that will ease your bowels quickly. The longer the food stays in your stomach, the worse it gets, or the more the problem it is. I think let us stop here for the meantime. Thank you. Now, because high blood pressure slides no way so bad initial.
Hello. Elder Nyamin Shao Bebre, thank you so much for giving us an hour and 30 minutes of good message on health and on how we can improve our health and live long to do the work of God. We would bring today's session to an end by calling again our pastor, Pastor Apia, to come and give us the closing prayer and bless us as we prepare ourselves for tomorrow's service. As our pastor is coming, I want to thank all of you, everyone in the district, everybody who partook of this program. God bless you. Cambodia, Seaview, Clagon. God bless you all for making this program a success up till now. May He answer all your hidden prayers. Amen.
Ejapa Yadawase. Dr. Yeboah Odena Maye. My neso watchre. Kwaya, you be careful with your diet. Yes, Lord said throughout the week, why a blessing to us. A day, your home shawonsa, and somewhere yet no, boy, near intimate this so. Ochina so your baby ba, share them abesum. Koswa kaya boy a home buying. Na croy mu. When you say, or the by Jesus Christ dimu. Amen.
Amen. Miss Ba.